Nigeria has been facing severe insecurity challenges in many parts of the country as non-state armed actors have turned communities into killing fields, with violent hotspots springing up in various locations for about a decade. Banditry in the northwest and north-central, insurgency in the northeast, and violent secession agitation in the southeast. These dreadful situations have continued to record increasing fatalities against the backdrop of the number of non-state armed actors and other criminal elements on hard and soft targets. These myriads of violent criminalities became a grim concern for the Buhari-led government even at the administration's twilight. This was the situation before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration. Therefore, it was not out of place when he emphasized in his inaugural speech that security shall be the top priority of his administration. He affirmed that neither prosperity nor injustice can prevail amidst insecurity and violence. Hence, peace must be restored in the troubling zones. A change in the security agency's leadership needed to occur to achieve his administration's cardinal objective and deliver on his campaign promises. New henchmen were appointed for the armed forces and the police. The lot of the police fell on the shoulders of acting IGP Olukayode Egbetokun. The urge to confront and mitigate the security threats posed by non-state armed actors may have prompted IGP Egbetokun's memorable speech, "I feel like a tiger ready to chase away criminals." To set the trajectory in which his administration will travel, IGP Egbetokun, in an exclusive interview with crime fighters, the police, and you, said,
"Recently, you have heard the announcement that we are setting up a special intervention squad from the present PMF squad. The PMF has very important roles to play, surmounting the challenges that we have today. But what I found out is that the role of the PMF has changed over time. The PMF at inception was meant to be the striking force of the police. But now we have PMF personnel being deployed as to guard duties and escort duties. These are functions that ordinarily they shouldn't be engaging in. So that has eroded the functionality of our PMF. And we are looking at correcting that. And because of that, we are setting up a special squad that will take up those roles that the PMF are supposed to be undertaking, but with time are now facing other roles. So by the time we fully take off, the Special Intervention Squad fully takes off, we will have a striking force that will intervene in all crises. Armed banditry, they will be so specially trained to fight the armed bandit. They will take the fights to them in the forest. We will equip them in such a way that right now we have policemen fighting alongside with the military in the northeast, fighting terrorism. We need to improve our fighting powers. The Special Intervention Squad is so equipped with such fighting power, such that they will give the terrorists a good fight. The armed bandits that are terrorizing us, their days are numbered in the forest, because we are going to take the fight to them in the forest. We will identify their camps. We will be so equipped. We'll be equipped with devices. We will leverage on technology. I don't want to go into details of all of this. We will leverage on technology and make sure that we fish them out where they are, and we will take the fight to them. So very soon, I'm very optimistic that with the plans we have on ground, the challenges of insecurity in Nigeria will soon be over.
Egbetokun understands the humongous security challenges that bedevil Nigeria and how to confront the hydra-headed insecurity malady. He understands why some policies and operational strategies introduced by the previous administration of police have yet to yield the desired result. So it is crucial for him to focus on mitigating pressure that may derail his policies and plans to fight crimes.
With experience, we know why some of these policies don't work, have not been working. In previous administration, we have seen pressure on the leadership, so much pressure on the leadership that we forced them to shift the focus that they had. And so we already identified that. I am here. I have learned from the mistakes of the past. Those pressures, we are going to withstand those pressures. We will also adequately plan to mitigate the pressure. Like, for example, the previous administrations have given orders for the withdrawal of policemen from VIPs. When I came in, that has not worked. It has not been possible to withdraw policemen from VIPs. When I came in, I looked at it that, okay, why has it been so difficult to disengage policemen from these roles? It is because the pressure will come. There are some VIPs that deserve protection. There are people who are employers of labor. Somebody who has 1,000 of people in his employment, such person needs to be protected. Because if anything happens to that VIP, what do you think is going to happen to the thousands of employees? So those VIPs will identify them. There is no way we will not protect them. So if you make a blanket statement that we are withdrawing policemen from VIPs, it's not going to work. Okay? This statement I made, I didn't say that I'm going to withdraw policemen from VIPs. I said I'm withdrawing PMF men from engaging in VIP escorts and guard duties. And when I'm withdrawing, I must provide a replacement. We have the SPU. The SPU also will be equipped to function very well. They will be able to perform their roles. If SPU are equipped to perform their roles, then the PMF will not need to come and start performing PU duties. So we will identify all the units. We will make sure that all the units are equipped to discharge their functions effectively and adequately. Therefore, if we're able to do that, we will have been able to solve a lot of problems. All these policy somersaults you are talking about, we will have been able to adequately take care of them and prevent any somersaults in our present policies.
The yardstick to measure the achievement and effectiveness of an organization is its input and output. For the police, its effectiveness is gauged by its relationship with the public and the number of arrests made. The community policing model was introduced to Nigeria about 2 decades ago to aid the police rapport with the people and fight against criminality. Each administration modifies the application of community policing. Is his administration sustaining this modern-day philosophy of policing?
Community policing, it's a policing methodology that is modern. Every modern police is community-based. It is also intelligence-led. We need to invest on intelligence. We are going to continue with the community policing philosophy as approved by the federal government. The only thing we are going to do differently in community policing is that we will shift from the present methodology where special constables are engaged. We will look at policing diverse communities. That is the approach of community policing that takes into consideration the peculiarity of each communities. So we won't say that let's start deploying special constabulary to all communities. There are some communities that deployment of special constabulary will work, will give you results. In some other communities, you might not even need special constabulary. You might need another approach of community policing. And again, this administration is going to leverage on technology. Okay? With deployment of technology, by the time we get to where we want to get to, we might community policing will be very easy for us. Yes. For now, the only thing we are doing differently in community policing is just the approach. It is still the same philosophy of community policing, but the approach may just be different slightly.
Police checkpoints, otherwise called roadblocks in local parlance, must have been introduced on Nigeria highways by the police authorities in medieval times, presumably to checkmate criminals' escape and keep citizens safe from all manners of evil persons who prowl seeking to harm and dispossess innocent travelers of their properties. Over the years, the inconveniences and menace caused by police officers mounting these checkpoints have been a sore experience for members of the public traveling on the highways. Take a trip from Lagos to Benin or Benin to Port Harcourt through east-west road to appreciate the agonies travelers pass through on those routes. The eastern part of the country is worst for it. When a new Inspector General of Police is appointed, his first pronouncement is a ban on roadblocks on the highways. But Egbetokun's approach to the worrying issue of roadblocks is different. He would not make such a pronouncement like his predecessors. Instead, he says he would do things differently. Listen as he espouses his ideas on addressing the overflogged road palaver.
I would not say that I'm going to disband roadblocks, because the roadblocks has its advantages. Like some of my friends who tell me that they drive around Abuja and they didn't see police on the road. They get scared. Mere putting the policemen on the road gives some people confidence to come out and go on the road. Some avoid areas where police don't stay at night. So the roadblock, yeah, we are not going to disband any roadblock. We may not just block the road. We will not block the road, but we'll put policemen on stop and search, so that when you position them in those strategic places, it gives the people confidence to drive on the road. What we need to do to tackle the evil of roadblock is to effectively supervise the men that are deployed to man these points that when we put them. There will also be emergency roadblock. There could be a situation where we'll have to block the road. And that when you see policemen blocking road, just know that something has happened. Maybe there had been a robbery incident or a very serious crime has happened, and that they need to come and block the road to stop the free flow, to stop the criminals from having free access and all of that. So, and such roadblock will just be temporary. After the objective has been achieved, it will be disbanded. But it does not mean that we are going to remove policemen on the road.
Irrespective of the audacity of the non-state armed actors and other criminal elements who are emboldened in the commission of crimes, believing they are hidden from the prying eyes of the police, the IG said the criminally minded persons must be ready to face the consequences of their illicit trade, as his administration has invested heavily on cutting-edge technology in crime fighting. The innovation and the use of technology by the police in the last 100 days have paid off with the arrest of 12,336 suspects and the recovery of 353 stolen vehicles by the Criminal Motor Registry (CMR). 434 kidnapped victims were also rescued through the application of technology. The breakdown of arrested suspects in crimes committed are as follows. 1,274 armed robbery suspects, 564 kidnap suspects, 1,046 homicide suspects, 356 suspects held for possession of firearms, 685 suspects arrested for rape, defilement and other sexual offenses, 1,139 cult suspects. Indeed, IGP Olukayode Egbetokun's administration has witnessed massive onslaughts against criminality, leading to significant arrest of hoodlums and pushback of criminal activities nationwide.
Our advice is that members of the public should have absolute trust in the police. We should actually see the police as our friend. When there are information that borders on security or lack of it, we must report, promptly to the nearest police station. And we must have confidence in the police. We don't have any other thing. that can safeguard our interests as far as security is concerned.
Workers in some Chinese companies in Nigeria have reportedly cried out about the supposed exploitation, poor welfare, and remuneration and lack of personal protective equipment in the hands of their employers. According to the 27-year-old suspect who was nabbed by the IRT wing of the 4th CID in an attempt to kidnap his boss, the absence of a voice to fight their causes in the Chinese-owned firms forced several young Nigerians to resort to self-help, often in a criminal way. In his bid to get justice, Adakole Zechariah, a 27-year-old man, attempted to kidnap his Chinese boss over the allegation that he refused to pay his salary for 15 days. On today's episode of Crime Fighters Case File, you will hear how the relationship between an employee and his Chinese boss went south, leading to a plot to kidnap the cheese man. This is a stark reminder and a lesson for employers and the Nigerian government to take particular interest in the yearnings and sufferings of Nigerian youths.
My name is Bile Yadebayo, I'm Superintendent of Police attached to FIBRT. So on the 25th of August this year, 3 bandits invaded his residence, so with the aim of kidnapping him. They came with 2 pistols and 1 long knife. The man managed to escape and ran to Gariki police station, which a complaint was lodged. But he believed so much in the investigation of IRT, he came here. We swung into action, which one of the suspects was arrested. That is Kampali. Through him, he said he mentioned one Adakole Zachary, who has been a staff of the complainant. So it was the one that took them to that place. So they tried to kidnap the man. The man escaped from them. Eventually, on his way, he was arrested, and the bag belonging to the complainant was recovered from him. He now mentioned the name of the Adakole Zachary. So, with the aid of the forensic analysis, we were able to arrest Adakole Zachary. We went to Benue State before coming back to Nasarawa. He was picked in Nasarawa, and he confessed that actually he worked for the complainant for 3 years, but he was not paid. He requested for his salary, but the man said he doesn't have money. He was sacked. So he believed the only way he could receive his salary was to go and kidnap him. But the man was clever enough, he escaped. But the gun was brought by Kampali. He mentioned the accomplice. So Kampali was arrested, he was arrested, while we are still looking for the remaining 2 suspects. He mentioned their name. One is JVC and the other one is Yaro. We are still working on that.
My name is Adakole Zachariah Ojanye. Came to Abuja 15 April 2017. So then I started managing with my brother before I started security work in Lugbe. Maybe I didn't say it the other day. So I started security work in Lugbe. From there, I wrote my WAEC. I was 219. Then after then, those why I was learning some like aluminium window. Understand? So from there, December 25th, that is Christmas Day, I started work with this very company, this northern group, this Chinese company. So from Abuja to Kano, from Kano to Lagos, from Lagos to Abuja. The way the man treated us, you understand? The way, not only the man, the way Chinese do treat, youth, Nigeria youth, the way they do treat us, Like, it's not fair at all, it's not nice, but we know, as in, we don't have choice because there's no work in this country. You understand? There's no work. If you're seeing it now, there's no work. Even some graduates are riding bike. Truly, because we don't have choice, we still managing with it July, August, 2nd August, we said that he should pay us our salary. And then it was like, because he did not pay us, the elder brother, not the main man, the elder brother, we told him that if he did not pay us the salary, pay us the amount, the 2 days and some 15 days that we've been discussing, like asking him to pay us, but he did not pay us 15 days. I already have him in my mind. When he pursued us and I have nothing, I started thinking some kind of negative thought, this frustration, all this kind of stuff. So that was when I just say, let me do what, let me, since he's the one that put me in the frustration, let me just do, like, put in, like, just make him pay for it, you understand? That was when I started looking for guys. We went there with 2 guns, soccer mate. One wasn't working, the other one was working. Understand? The other one has one bullet like that, called grenade, something like that, or grenade or cartridge, something like that. So when we went there around 7 o'clock in the evening, and we waited for the man. But before waiting for the man, I jumped through barbed wire to the man's compound and bust the security man's door to them pointing that gun to open the door. When he opened his own door, he opened the gate for those niggas to come in. The man just drove in, so I asked those 2 niggas to go and to catch up with the man before the man will notice what is happening in the compound. So they went there. So when I was with that Ayola pointing him on, I discovered that those niggas, they were like, maybe, like, you understand now, they were taking it easy with the man. So I just left that Ayola and the gear. I went there. So I started shouting, say, why did they do this kind of thing now? Why did they do like this? When the man picked it, he pursued the man, but me, I was just standing, just like I was pissed off. So I was just standing, looking, just shaking my head. He noticed there were police at the front. So from there, they started running to area 1 to maybe get car. They didn't even know I was still there, you understand? So back on my house, when I heard police busting knocking the door, and like, where is Zaka in my compound? So I escaped to one of my friend's house. I was there. That place wasn't safe for me. Like, to me, it wasn't safe for me. So I left that place to one village to Massacre, the place I was staying, but not my very house. Went to one of my friend's house, but I didn't explain anything to them. You understand? I was there before I met two guys called Abdul Saddam and this guy Obina Sunday. So I met them and be quiet, like I'm always quiet. So they just liked the way I do. So they said I should follow them to their house. That's how I started staying with them. I was at home when they came to arrest me. Yeah, and that was how they arrested me. The man did treat us like his slave. There are some workers that if they will say the truth, then bring it now. If they will say the truth, exactly what I'm saying, they will say it. But because there is no work now, if they can't talk the truth now, who will give them food chop tomorrow if they pursue them from the man up? So that is it. The man treated us like a slave. And it's true. If you are in Nigeria, you go to Chinese, they will treat you like slave. Come to our country, treat us like slave. Because we have nothing to say, nobody to fight for us. What was on my mind then is to just make him pay. Understand? Only thing that was on my mind, make him pay. I don't care what will happen to me, all this kind of stuff. Then I was only thinking, make him pay. That was. In anything in this life, like you going through, or you find yourself, maybe you have issue with your boss, I don't know, this kind of stuff. Especially Chinese. If you have issue with the Chinese, what you have to do, instead of you thinking to hurt him or making him pay, it's better maybe you go report him to police.
Security is everybody's business, and for our citizens is to continue to admonish all of us that security is everybody's business. It's not only for the Nigerian police force, right? You need to also live in a secure and safe environment. If you see anything, if you suspect anything, make sure that you escalate it to the Nigerian police force